Hey there, internet. How's it going? Just talking to everybody a little bit about about one of my favorite animes that has been popping up, that has really been going on for a good while now, and it's called Parasyte. And I know that even though that for the past few weeks I really haven't been dropping as many episode by episode reviews, is because really I really don't want to get into the habit of saying the exact same thing of how I feel about the characters and me doing these minor recaps about, essentially that he's getting stronger and everything else. However, for this last episode, something drastic, it didn't necessarily happen enough to wish that I did want to talk about the episode, but yet it still kind of fell into that whole thing of like, this was one of those really, 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 really emotional episodes in which that I really didn't want to look at it and just say, okay, it's really emotional because I really wanted him and Kana to work. I mean, like, almost everybody said that, and they really did want those two to end up together. Now, me getting to the point of me making this video, I see this as a really good thing based on Shinichi as a character, because going into the whole thing of this episode, it's always the ending, or at least like it's always for this random phrase that just keeps popping up in this episode, and that is he human? And the fact of the matter is, though, is that even though him and Migi, they are slowly becoming one entity all together, the idea is that they're not necessarily one entity. I mean, like, necessarily, Shinichi, he may not have the ability to cry anymore. However, all of his other emotions and feelings, they have become stronger, such as his need to help people, and also his ability to pretty much determine that parasites are essentially evil in this universe, and that they will do just about anything to pretty much kind of to succumb to their goals. And that is something that you do have to realize about him as a character. However, there is an underlying theme here, which that I'm really waiting on Shinichi to actually realize, because really his character, even though he does have to deal with all this loss, even going through the thing of him losing Kana, and also, or at least losing Kana as a friend, and him going through all this regret, and him having to deal with Mitsuo and his goofy self, trying to take out his anger on Shinichi, even though he tried to help her, and Mitsuo was just, I think he was angry because the fact of, like, she just didn't really want to be around him anymore, or she didn't want to date him anymore, and she really had she had her eyes set on Shinichi. I mean, it's not really a bad thing, but when I do look at it, though, I'm like, this is one of those episodes in which it's just showing me that this is a depressed character who, that from the first 6 episodes, this same stuff happened, and it was played up as comedy, going on from him getting Migi to, going on from his change in character of him getting Migi, to him having to deal with Mitsuo and his bullying, to even how he handles his girlfriend, even everything that led up to him losing his mother. And then in these last six episodes, it feels like that they replayed the same 6 episodes all over again, but just changing the narrative just a little bit, of saying like, this is his character now, just way more confident, way more self-aware. And it turns into a thing in which that, because of these losses, it tends to hurt his character, or at least like tends to hurt him a little bit more, because now all of his friends who do honestly see him as a more competent person, they really don't like it, because his change is coming so drastically and so heavily onto the point in which that he's actually hating himself now, as seen like at the end of episode 12, when he was bashing his head against the tree until it bled, which is like, he kind of has a problem with, he has a serious problem with really nobody to really relate to him, aside from Uda, who lives so far away, and even with the people who pretty much he is, all the people around him who that he still like, they're all just judging him now by basically saying that he's so different from all of them because he doesn't grieve the same, or doesn't reach possible conclusions the same as them, or really is to the point of he acts indifferent to how their society acts, which is now becoming a major problem, especially with like as quick of a change as he has. Now, I've always seen it in this episode, in this series, as him just as he has to change because of what happened to his mother. But now, with everything that's happening to everybody else, they're really putting a lot more emphasis upon him not showing empathy to other people, even though necessarily he is showing empathy to other things. Now they kind of already covered that problem of him not really having as much empathy anymore, because we did actually see that when he first changed and how he treated that dead puppy. But going on from that, though, it's like he's a very interesting character. I like this series, and I like everything in which that it's going for. And I do like how they did episode 12, because episode 12 for me really did solidify my way of thinking of that. This is just the first six episodes just replayed, just a little bit different. Or at least like for the first few story parts, like right up until his mother died, it's those same situations, but just put in a different light of him being way more confident. And really it does tend to, and it does give you a gigantic window into his character. But that is what I have to say about that. What do you guys think about it? I'm sorry that I wasn't posting as many videos up on Parasyte. However, I do promise that when the next episode does come out, I will get that out ASAP. I don't even care if I'm at work. You guys will get that episode. I apologize for that. I'll catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow. I'm out.